Hello and welcome to this episode of the Culinary Travels. I'm Chef Robert Harland and I'll be your host today. Now we have something very different for you today. We are at the Maritime College, the VMA Global College in Sumag, just south of Bacolod City. It's one of the top maritime schools in the country, offering a whole range of courses from marine engineering, a bridging course from mechanical to maritime engineering, maritime transportation, and very important for so many Filipino families, basic seafaring courses, because there are so many Filipinos who are at this very moment at sea providing for their families back home here in the Philippines. The VMA also offers courses like hotel management, restaurant management, tourism, bartending, and the reason we're here today is to look at the seafarers catering courses. But before we go to the kitchens, we're here at the VMA training site. You know, many years ago I was in the Merchant Marine in the 60s, so I know how important safety procedures are. We used to do them ourselves on our ship. Unfortunately, back in the 60s, many years ago, we didn't have superb facilities like this. So let's stop now and take a look at how they train mariners nowadays when they're at sea.
Having VMA is on college, and VMA is on college.
I am sailing, I am sailing home again, across the sea. I am sailing stormy waters to be near you, to be free. I am flying, I am flying like a bird.
Day by day I miss you so, you had to go, my love, with the ship so far away. You told that you will return before we all took.
Oh no, somebody is on our boat. The shipmates have provided immediate assistance by calling the line break, but the shipmates did not grab the line break.
Created by the second mate and the critical officer in board. Ladies and gentlemen, the application of the cardiopulmonary resuscitation, the CPR, single rescuer. The second mate, leader of critical phase, now applying the 30 chest compression and 2 ventilation.
Fire alarm has been sounded. Firefighters are manning the respective stations with their firefighting equipment. Firefighters are manning the respective stations with their firefighting equipment. Another popular engine room. Start engine. Firefighters are backing up. They are backing up. Fire cannot be controlled. Now, one at a time, everybody is leaving the vessel. Now,
And now I'm very pleased to introduce to you the president of VMA Global College, former congressman, well-known foodie, attorney John Arola. John, thank you very much indeed for giving us your time today.
Yes, thank you, Robert. Thank you very much for making me a part of your day.
Well, thank you, John. Tell me a little about the history of the VMA Global College.
Well, as you know, this VMA Global College is a 3-hectare property formerly owned by the former ambassador to Japan and a former sugar czar, the late Ambassador Roberto S. Benedicto. I happened to be in Japan at the time, when I was saying goodbye. But this is, I think, is at least very providential, because who would expect that I would own this school, And this is a maritime educational institution. And it started, on that particular course only. Just only a maritime training in order that we can train professional maritime officers, especially for the deck and engine. So now it's not only an educational institution only for maritime courses, but we have already our own training center in order that we can offer some TESDA courses. So as you know, we are also offering other courses aside from maritime. We have already the hotel and restaurant management. We have already the information technology. We have tourism. And speaking of TESDA courses, we have also the a special training, especially for commercial cooking, call center agents services, and also we have security guard services, and yes, and also bartending and housekeeping. So this is a quite a tough experience, and we really came a long way, especially in providing not only education but training, because considering that the VMA is not only an educational institution but the only training institution here in Negros Occidental.
So how many students a year come through VMA?
Well, right now we started with only 250 students, but now we already have around 2,500 students.
Sounds like a lot of students here go on to very good jobs afterwards, whether they're in the maritime or hotel and restaurant business. What's the proportion that go on ships and those who stay on shore for work?
For those who are taking up maritime courses, especially deck and engine, practically around 70% are students into this type of courses. Around 30% are those in non-maritime courses.
So many of your students are being placed. Now, I understand that you recently won a bartending competition.
Oh yes, we're very fortunate. We have really good students, and we top it. We call it flair tending competition, which was done nationwide. And my guy, Jonathan Villarma, was the one who made it, and we're really happy that he made it. He topped it, and he's the national champion now. We were one of the top 3 performers that were selected in the Pilipinas Got Talent, and our cultural group made it also. Well, one of the top 3. We're happy of that accomplishment already.
Many of your students go on to work in Japan or on Japanese ships, is that correct?
Yes, because of our connection also, because we have our partner, a Japanese partner. At present, our manning company in Manila, called the Orofield Shipping Company, is manning 65 Japanese vessels.
Am I too old to apply, John? I'd like to be...
I know that you were once a merchant marine officer.
That was my student days in the 1960s. I was with the Cunard line on a ship called the Franconia, which is still around. It's now a Russian cruise ship. And because of the strong links with Japan, I believe you teach Japanese cooking. And I believe that you are very shortly going to yourself, because you had many years living in Japan, and I know that Japanese food is your favorite. And I think we have the pleasure today of having you demo a Japanese dish for us.
Oh yes, I love Japanese food, and even if I haven't been properly schooled in any culinary institution, I could come up with my own menu, my own concoction when it comes to drinks, and maybe I can give you a sample of that later on.
Right. Yes. John, thank you very much.
Yes,
we look forward to seeing your skills in the kitchen.
Yes. Well, to my fellow Bacolodnon, I invite you, your children, and whatever plans you may have for your family, make it at BMA because we are prepared and we are globally competitive. We're offering courses, especially courses that are very much in demand overseas, be it in maritime, be it in tourism, be it in information technology, and be it even in household services. We are prepared. And with this, BMA Global College, after almost 25 years or 26 years of operation, is ready to meet and the challenges from all sectors, from all countries, and from all industries. We are ready and prepared for this. Thank you, and may God bless us all.
And here we are in the VMA briefing and demo room. We now have Chef John Arola, looking very smart, John, with your hat and your gear. And we're also joined by Aris, who's head of HRM at VMA College. Now, John, we talked earlier about your love of Japanese food. You're going to demo for us today a Japanese dish. Tell us about the dish and how you're going to cook it and what goes in.
Okay. Well, first of all, konnichiwa. And Robert-san, konnichiwa. Domo arigatou gozaimashita. Thank you very much. And to our televiewers, we are here to give a sample of the best Japanese food that I love to eat, which we call seafood nabe. Again, seafood nabe. And this type of food is actually loved by the Japanese during winter time because, as you see, but you can have your own concoction. But this is a traditional Japanese food, especially during winter season. So we have here prepared these ingredients. But as you all know, this is nabe. When you say nabe, we call it wok. But in Japanese, this is the one. This is called nabe. That is the nabe.
And what's the liquid inside?
And the liquid inside here is a mix of well, of course, water, 14 milliliters of water, and also we have sake. You know, they have the sake. Have you tried sake? You know, and also the most important ingredient here is the shoyu, which we call higashi maru usukuchi. So you can buy this especially in the Japanese supermarket. Now,
what about in Bacolod? Where do you get it in Bacolod?
Well, in Bacolod, you can go to Kidauri restaurant of Kiyoshi Shimada. They have available supplies of seafood nabe ingredients. As you know, you can cook all kinds of Japanese food, but most of the foods that are very much loved by the Filipinos are the sushi, the sashimi, and of course the sukiyaki and tempura. But this time is seldom offered because, you know, of the intricacies and the uniqueness, you know, of the preparation. But it is very, very simple. Okay. So, as you know, we got the ingredients here of sake, water, and shoyu. So, we have here the crabs. You have here the shrimps. And you got also the fish. And, of course, the shrimps or the prawn, big ones better. And also, we have the fish balls and the shrimp ball, scallops, can be a scallops or just any ordinary oysters. And of course, you got here the vegetables. You have the tofu, the noodles, and the cabbage, Chinese cabbage. Okay, so we'll start with the crabs, no? Because, you know, it takes a time, you know, in cooking this crab. See? And then, while it's being, while we're waiting for the water to boil again, then we put in, you know, the shrimps. So how many of us want to eat first? Maybe let's put around 2 or 4, to start.
You might be feeding the 5,000 today.
It's a combination of the mud crab and then the sea crab, so that you will have a taste of this type of crabs. And then add additional shrimps or the prawn. Okay, there you are. Then we'll start putting in the fish. We can have also the fish fillet style. Okay. In Japan, they love to have a conversation while eating. So, during winter time, you will drink sake. And, it's a time for camaraderie. Get together, especially after office hours or after they take their oforo or, a hot bath on a pub. So, with this, we'll start putting in also the shrimp balls, no? The shrimp balls. Okay. And it is so easy because you can just dump all of this together and then you wait and then keep on talking with your friends.
And wait until and you've got to boil again.
Oh yes, and we'll wait until it boils again. Now, while waiting, I'll just show you the shoyu. The shoyu, this is Igashimaru Usokochi. Would you like to take it to try? Yeah, you just do it yourself. It's just very simple. Sure? Okay.
Very distinct.
Okay. And this is the sake. Unless you want to get drunk. you have the sake.
Oh,
yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe you try that one.
I drank sake. I lived in Japan, John. I used to love sake. Sake?
And of course, this is mirin.
Yeah, mirin, and of course, mirin's very easily available.
Yes, okay. And the supermarket, okay. So, while we are waiting, I just would like to give you some ideas about the Japanese food. As you all know, the Japanese would love always to have a gathering of friends right after office hours or during Saturdays and Sundays. And as you know, the very popular dish for them would be the sushi, the sashimi, and the sukiyaki, and also the tempura. And these are very popular Japanese dishes that a lot of people would go to Japanese restaurants. But as I said, most of in the countryside, nabe is being offered, especially in the countryside. And the ones who really love to cook are the Japanese housewives.
Now we've transferred the nabe from the camping stove to here to a proper stove, just to show that you really can cook it at home on your regular stove. It's very nice to have a camping stove, but you can do it just anywhere where you've got flames. So now, John, what comes next?
Yes, okay. After we're done already with the seafoods, then we'll have the seaweeds, little seaweeds, to put a little flavor. Yes,
and a little few nutrients.
Yes, food nutrients, yes. And with this comes also, you have the tofu. Yes, okay. Tofu. And also we have the noodles.
Now what kind of noodles are those, John?
It's the rice noodles. So we'll put in already the Chinese cabbage. Good, but I have to put a little of this. We'll add a little sake because there are lots of seafoods being applied, so some more. I am very much liberal when it comes to sake.
Quite right, too. Quite right.
Okay, there you are. We'll stir again. Sometimes others would put in rice noodles also. Rice,
Right.
Just like the porridge. And wow, it's a combination. And sometimes some other would put chicken or a slice of beef. But you know, my sensei, Kiyoshi Shimada of Kidauri, really would like me to just concentrate on all seafood ingredients. You tried it also before in Japan. When you were in Japan, you were stationed in Japan for how many years?
I was in Japan for 4 years.
Wow. Have you eaten seafood nabe while you were in Japan?
I don't remember eating it.
Oh, yeah. Good now. Okay. Perfect.
Good.
Okay, now I would like you to try it. You try it. Good.
It has a very authentic Japanese taste.
Okay, so there you are, ladies and gentlemen. This is nabe, a seafood nabe from BIMA HRM Culinary Department. We're here. If you want to try, just call us, but study here first so that you can have this done also right in your own backyard, your own home. And you can invite some friends. Not only nabe, but there are other dishes that we can also introduce, such as sushi, sashimi, sukiyaki, tempura. And well, as you can go to other restaurants, but sometimes it's really different if you're gonna cook your own Japanese food. So this is Jan Orola, Orola de gozaimasu. Domo arigato gozaimasu.